I am going to kill all of your families. He's like, I'm going to kill every single one of them. I just started laughing. I was like, bro, you ain't doing now, man.
Yeah.
Excuse my language for the viewers, but
all right.
I don't know what your rating is. You can edit that out if you need.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, you're not doing anything now, man. But he was also fighting to get to his waistband. And so we're trying to control his hands. And what he had on him was a punch spike that stabs through body armor.
Golly.
Yeah. And he had that on him and that he was trying to get. And so we have to tune him up because he's fighting back pretty bad. We get him to the point where it's like, all right, we like just torquing his arms behind his back. We have him face down. My knee is on his back of his head, full kit, all my gear, back of the neck, pushing that in there. And we're like moving his arms around and he's like still like talking. He's like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to murder your family.
In English.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Spoke multiple languages. We zip tie his hands together, zip tie his hands to his belt, zip tie his feet together. We took possession of somebody's pickup truck on the bridge and got them out.
Like in the movies, get out. I need your car.
Well, everyone saw what was happening and they're like up in that area. They're super peaceful. The Kurds hated Saddam because he like just straight massacred them.
Right.
So Saddam used to, if there's a book called Saddam's Secrets written by George Sada. It is disgusting what Saddam used to do and what he did to the Kurds. The Kurds hate that region of people because he used to take them up in helicopters and the games that he would play was throwing live Kurds that he didn't like that pushed back on his stuff out of a helicopter trying to let them land on spikes of fences and big poles or whatever. It was like a game to him. And it was pretty bad. And so the Kurds were like, they knew what we were doing. They knew who the Americans were. Yeah.
Take my truck.
Yeah. There you go, buddy. And so, I mean, obviously we're going to get it back to the guy. And so we have our CIA source. We have the guy that identified him talking to this guy like, hey, we just need to get him out to this field because we called in the helicopters because I mean, everything was very dynamic. We had the helicopters on the other side of the ridge line, like hovering, waiting for this to go down because as soon as we grabbed them, they had to come up and over. We had to get them up in there and get out of there. So we do that. We get them up, get them out to this field. Helicopters come in, we load them up, and we're like, and he's still like, I'm going to kill you guys. We're like, all right, dude, and we're bringing him up on the helicopter, and like the helicopter crew is like, these guys are like, who is this guy? Like,
yeah,
why? Like, because they don't know anything, obviously. And so we bring him back to base, and like nobody's talking because the whole part of it was like, hey, no talking, like, because I don't want to be like, hey, Dale, can you hand me that? Because
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we had no name tapes. We had nothing. Our cameras were slick. Like there's nothing, no identifying anything anywhere, no patches. And we get them back to the base that we're dropping them off. And I remember when we're getting there, like these Marines that were taking him, the police, this guy was like, who is this guy? And I'm like, why? What's up? We're playing all dumb. Like, I don't know. And they're like, they had to, like, they call it sanitize, like buildings that he was going to be holding into, meaning there couldn't be pencils, there couldn't be paper clips, there could be nothing in these rooms, nothing. And there was multiple rooms deep that had to be cleaned for them to go hold this guy. Because he, again, had been detained before and he'd killed people and gotten out and like no pins, no, like nothing. And so it was pretty crazy being able to do that as a new guy on my first deployment. But so the rest of it
what came of him?
I have no idea.
Really?
No idea. From that point, like we literally never heard anything from it. So usually when you do stuff like that, the military, you'll get like an award for that. But because for a very long time, it was, dude, we got a handshake and a coin from the CIA afterwards. And they're like, hey, thanks. Appreciate you guys. We're like, thank you.
Yeah.